Assalamu alaikum, everybody on Special Needs Pakistan and whoever else is going to be watching later on YouTube. And oh my God, these sessions are being shared by so many people. So thank you so much for this, because jitni awareness bade, jitne log dekhen, utna hi behtar hai. Happy Mother's Day. आज संडे है, लेकिन बहुत सारी औरतें ख़वातीन हैं जो आज या माँ नहीं बन पाई हैं, माँ थी और अब नहीं है, लेकिन वो हमेशा माँ रहेंगी. So let's be inclusive in this also. अगर आप माँ नहीं हैं तो क्या हुआ? Our prayers are with you soon, Allah willing, or if not, if it's not your destiny, something else will come your way. And today on Mother's Day, because it's such a special day, because I wanted to bring someone to you जिसने इतने सारे लोगों की हौसला अफजाई की है, उन्होंने इतने सारी families को मदर करा है. Literally, she has since the last 30 plus years, she's been literally mothering these families of so many types. And you know, जब हम लोग उनको, there are no words to describe this personality whose name is Ronak Lakhani, because उन्होंने इतना काम किया है कि मैं अगर पढ़ना भी शुरू करूं, मेरे पास इतने सारे नोट्स हैं. I was so nervous before introducing her, क्योंकि she is the founder of Special Olympics Pakistan. She has been such a magnanimous personality in terms of raising funds for SOS villages, LRBT, Kidney Center. She is also the Vice President of NOWPDP, network of organizations working for people with disabilities. She is just a force to reckon with, जिन्होंने बहुत सारा काम किया है. So and I also wanted to tell people that she has worked so hard in terms of sports, in terms of bringing inclusion into and integrating inclusion into our society through athletic programs and sports. She's also been the Vice President of KWASA, which is Karachi Women's Swimming Association. And मैं उनकी अगर इंट्रोडक्शन देती रहूं तो ये टाइम निकल जाएगा. So to be very prim and proper with the time, let me get on the stream Ronak Lakhani. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Great to be here, Rabia.
Great to have you.
ज़्यादा बोल दिया.
नहीं, मैंने तो अभी तक शुरू ही नहीं करा है बोलना.
नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा बोल दिया.
It is good to have such a humble and such a down-to-earth personality with us. जिन्होंने, मैं आपको before adding you onto the stream, I said that Special Needs Pakistan was also inspired because there was Special Olympics Pakistan, and मैंने कहा, okay, so there's this lady who's doing so much. Why can't I do a small support group? And to see your humble attitude, it is just so heartening.
Thank you, Rabia, for your lovely, kind words. But it's great to be here. I mean, it's a long journey, but you know, when you are focused, you know कि हमें ये करना है और लोग इसमें नहीं कर रहे हैं, so you tend to get into it, and it's also up to you whether you want to do that. You want to, you know, अपने दिल से जो करो, तो I believe in कि भाई अपने दिल से करो. You know, so Allah deta hai, God really gives you, you know, the root, and then it's up to you whether you take it or not.
Of course.
So that's been my journey.
So Ronak aunty, you know, जब भी हम लोग बात कर रहे होते हैं about helping, making it a more inclusive society, कि भाई वो लोग उनकी मदद करो जो अपनी मदद नहीं कर सकते, उनका advocate बनो जो अपनी मदद नहीं कर सकते. There's always a back story. जो किसी के घर में कोई होता है who's differently abled, कुछ ना कुछ कोई इस तरह की story होती है. But your story started with a simple fundraiser.
Yeah. So basically, nobody, fortunately, nobody in my family or anybody that I knew who was special. I didn't know what special was. I didn't know what special needs people were. So going back in 1984, there's a big trend शुरू हुआ था to do fundraising for charities. So I got involved with charities, just basically doing events उस जमाने में there were no event managers, so we used to all पूरी team of especially women would get together and organize an event for first हमारा हुआ था for SOS villages, and then came LRBT. So we were actually just raising funds. So doing once a year event and raising funds for the charity. So you were you were involved for that 3-4 months prior to the event. So it was great fun. You learned a lot, and you feel very satisfied कि हमने ये किया. So we did. They also came in my lab. I also did fundraising for Shaukat Khanam. Again, not me alone. Always as a team behind everything. So we started raising funds. Then in 1990, a friend of mine said, "You know what? There are some game taking place for people who are special, and it's called Special Olympics Pakistan. Would you like to come and volunteer?" I said, "Oh, of course. I just love sports." I said, "Please, this is my my field. I would love to come there." So I actually went there. Only they asked me to be their volunteer to help in the food giving away. So when I went there, I cannot tell you, Rabia, it was a different world. And there were like 75 bachas of all ages, 12, 13 से ऊपर कोई 20 साल के भी थे, 25 साल के भी थे. I was very surprised to see, and they were all so happy and so joyful. So I wondered कि भाई ये, and because they were happy because a group of people was giving them so much attention, and they were the focus. They were in the forefront. They were doing the game. They were so it really, I mean, I just touched my heart. So my God, this is what I want to do, and that was my niche. And that's one that so it was. I think it was around 1990, around September, October or earlier. I got involved, and since then I've never looked behind. Till today, I just went on. I just love what I do. I'm passionately involved, and best part is not only me. I've got a huge team behind, along with us, who's as motivated as I am.
And your team and you have done such phenomenal work, because there's the athlete leadership program, there's the buddy program which came about recently, and there's the family support network. And you not only did you encourage the sports, लेकिन आपने पूरी families लेके चली है. Camps हो रहे हैं, सब कुछ हो रहा है.
So basically, the Special Olympics Pakistan, Special Olympics जो है ना, is an international organization where Pakistan is one of the countries who is accredited to with them, and that way there are 190 countries in the world who are affiliated. So even when we started off in 1990, although Special Olympics started off in 1968 when they had their first games, and Pakistan joined them in 1990. 89 late, and then 1990 was in full swing. So that time there was basically only sports. Even Special Olympics, as years went by, they started evolving. Even they were evolving. So first it was only games. Then it was with games started coming. Let's make our athletes healthier. They are yes, खिलाड़ी हैं, so we need to get them healthier. So then came healthy athletes. Then came also usually the all special people, they normally go to school when they are a little older, because they take a long time for parents start accepting that the child is special, and then when they go to school it's too late. But of course now it's much earlier. The days have changed now. That I feel that the earlier, of course, better it is. So we have a very, very strong program called Young Athletes Program, which is doing amazing. So last 3 years we have reached out to over 12,000 athletes all over Pakistan, and that has made a big difference, because we know that through the power of sports we can change lives. People with special needs can be transformed. Even normal people get transformed when they play games. So special people may to has been proven, and what we have also experienced, that through the power of sports we have really transformed their lives. And then not only we don't just lead them as sports and only these things, we also then like families are the backbone of the entire organization. Okay, so parents are the biggest volunteers, the best supporters. So we make sure that the parents are as involved as the athlete and us So we have a very strong family input council all over Pakistan. They have the weekly sessions. They meet very often, and they are also they help us with every event that we do, every sport event, any fundraising events. They are always a part of it. So that's amazing. And then now we also have is called siblings program. So we usually what's seen that siblings do not give so much. They sort of shy away from the sibling. They don't want to be seen with them. So so the new program we just started last 2-3 years is siblings programs, where we involve the siblings in a very big way. So that has really changed a lot. Like, people have really now find it very, okay. So I've seen many siblings who are now a part of the organization, and they have their own meetings and they do their own events. So, there's so many things that evolves. They are evolving, we are evolving. So that's what it's all about.
So it's Mother's Day today, Ronak Aunty, and there when I put up your post, there were so many messages which flooded my inbox, because they're like, "Oh my God, you don't understand. Ronak, hamari maa hai. She has been a mother to us." What kind of resistance and what kind of initially जब हम कुछ भी चीज में अपना interest show करते हैं और उसको लेके चलते हैं, so I'm talking almost a decade and a half back. जब आपने इसको चलाया and आप families को आप approach कर रही थी कि bring अपने बच्चों को लेके आए, वो athletes बन सकते हैं, माँ और families की जो resistance थी, how did you counter that?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. So actually what we do is we approach these lovely athletes from the schools. So we go to schools, and through schools we ask them to participate in games, and we train them. And by the way, everything is absolutely free. We don't charge a single penny for anything. So we train the school coaches, and the school coaches trains the athletes in the schools. So that goes on. So there were many usually parents don't want their athletes to be seen outside their school, but it took us a long time. But what happened when we started doing events, when we started involving the parents along with them, we could see the change in the behavior of the athletes. And also, I'll tell you one thing, these athletes, they need love. And by the way, sports ka ek zariya hai where they really, when they come out and when they meet more people like themselves, so they become confident, and you see the happiness in their faces, and the performance at home as well as in schools started improving. So it's been a long time. It's been a long journey, definitely. And even today, I know there are many parents who don't bring their kids out. But I've seen it happening. It took a long time, but we achieved. We really went all out. Girls were not allowed to come out. Very often, girls were not allowed to participate. But I think our whole team, we were all involved also personally. So, like, अगर मैं chairperson हूँ या मैं secretary हूँ या मैं volunteer जो भी हूँ, but I used to be along with the others. We used to be on the fields. So parents came there and they to see, like, even जो इनका जो पूरा जो group है वो भी आते हैं बाहर. So even they get to meet us. So we used to talk. We used to have a lot of talking sessions with all the parents. कि भाई आप बाहर निकालें, आप लाएं बाहर, देखो आप कितना उनमें कितनी तब्दीली आएंगी. So step by step, there were very, very small steps, but it took a long time. But here we are. Now, the best part is that what I like very much is that the parents are known by their child. Many of them are known for what their special child has achieved. So that's amazing. And of course, support from them. And another thing what we do is we also we always like to involve the fathers, because we feel that fathers are, a decision making in the house. They are the key influences of the home, and most of them are in a family, in a joint family system. So if you involve the fathers, so it becomes easier for the mothers to attend our events and be a part of the family health forums. We also, when we do any events, we make sure that the mothers, the families, they have a very big role to play. Either they are going to be they are officiating a sport, or they are organizing the meals for all the athletes, or they are doing giving away the awards. So they all are fully involved, and we train them to be so. So it's a whole good package. And of course, coaches are amazing. We have many volunteer coaches with us. And even Joe, I always tell my staff also who are paid staff, they are not staff, they are more volunteers, because they actually working with me for like 24 hours work. I call them anytime of the night, they are awake. And so it's a great team. And thank God that we've been able to put the passion in them too. So they've been able to do what they're doing today.
And it shows from the entire team, from your volunteers to your SOP team leaders, from your program leaders, aapke workers, and your athletes. Mashallah, they've been able to speak at so many different platforms. You know, I saw them at Lucky One Mall. I've been seeing them over the years, and ab pata chal raha hai ki their speaking capabilities in terms of speaking at national and international forums.
That's right. Yeah. You know, we were so lucky, Rabia. I know. I mean, one thing I tell you, since the time I joined Special Olympics, I've been a part of it. It has been, whatever I'd been wishing. Okay, bhai, ye ho jaye. Oh my God, I wish one of my athletes can take and hold the torch at the games. And but no, it's just like what it is. Allah sunta hai, so it keeps happening. So I always say, oh my God, guys, just think about it and think passionately. Aapka kaam ho jayega. So we be very lucky in 10, 12 years, out of 190 countries, we had one of our athletes was a torch bearer. So only 7 are selected from the world for the torch bearing at the world games. The very big games, you see, the World Summer Games. Out of 7,000 athletes, only 7 are selected, and from there, one was Pakistan in 2011, and then 2019 we again got this lovely opportunity, and we had another athlete, a Down syndrome athlete, who took the torch. Then we had this lovely athlete, again, he's an autistic boy, Hasib Abbasi. Unbelievable what he's achieved. A boy who could not speak at all, and then when he won his first medal and how his voice came out when he came back from Australia, maa ko kya bataya ki maine wahan kya kiya. So he started talking. He could talk, but he would not talk, And today he's a global messenger. He's been now trained by Special Olympics International in Washington. He lives in Islamabad, and he has owned he speaks non-stop. He's got a superb memory. Opens a page, sees for 10 minutes, and there he is. He's a cyclist. He's a bocce player, and so for 4 years he is working with the leader, chairman of Special Olympics International team, Tim Shriver. So he's being trained under them. So it's what a big achievement for Pakistan. I just think it is so everything is so achievable agar aap dil laga ke kaam karo.
Bilkul. And your passion and your efforts, Pakistan finally recognized them in 2016 when you were duly deserved the Sitara-e-Imtiaz.
That was the biggest surprise.
See, there you go. So humble. Nahi, lekin aapne itna kaam kiya. I think the Sitara-e-Imtiaz was so well deserved. So well deserved. And then uske saath, until about a couple of years ago, I never knew. I used to be in talks with NOWPDP all the time.
Yeah.
And फिर मैंने एक दिन कहा कि भाई मैं इनका पूरा मैं network तो देखूं. And there you were again. Another amazing achievement that you are one of the forces behind. How did NOWPDP, come about?
Yeah, NOWPDP started off, I think now this 11th year, And yeah, this was again a vision with along with Amin Ashwani was there, and we had this Khan Golden Jubilee, and we thought, let's do something in this time. Let's do something which is really was most needed, and we all brainstormed, and we felt that there's nothing's being done, so we just let's become a platform to connect the dots. There's nothing much happening for people with special needs, with all disabilities, not only with a mental challenge, but for physically, and then to give them Rosie to. So even NOWPDP has really again gone from a very small organization today to with such lovely people now involved, like Omer. My God, he's amazing. So so that's how we, and today I just think that because of NOWPDP, there's a super platform where all the disabilities can have a voice. We also we look for them for the jobs. We train them in house at NOWPDP. So I mean, going back again, I tell you, we had very little assistance from the government. I think to do something like now what NOWPDP is doing, we had to involve the government, and now thank God, government is now coming up and they are really supporting us. So I really think a lot happening for people with special needs.
And it has been able, NOWPDP has also been able to raise awareness के लोगों के हकूक क्या हैं, by law लोगों के हकूक क्या हैं.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
जी बिल्कुल. It has been such a forefront कि आप अपने हकूक जाने ताकि हम आगे बढ़ सकें.
Yeah, the best part what they did was that really Shanakti, without imagine there's no identity. To get an identity card for our special people was so difficult. So we really worked on this, and we managed to convince the government, the special education, the special department in the government, and then so we started doing this one window operation for getting CNIC cards for athletes. So I think we've got over 1,000 plus, but we keep having, and we're just waiting for the next session to take place, waiting for the lockdown to finish, and we should be getting many more done. And now I know the best part is that now the First Lady, Mrs. Alvi, she is very involved, so things are moving very fast, and so sometimes you need key influencers to be involved to take it further, and I really think that it has helped a lot of people with special needs.
Yeah, it has truly. There were so many mothers on this very platform जो आपको इस वक्त सुन रही हैं, who were able to get their children, juveniles, they were able to get them their CNICs, because कभी सोचेंगे भाई आपका भी identity card बन सकता है, which claims and shows, and you can avail इतनी सारी percentages of airline flying, rail flying, visually impaired. There's so many things. So our guidance was brilliant. Ronak aunty, you are one of our national heroes. Okay? Whether you kind of like put it aside or not, you are. In terms of inspiration, जब मेरे जैसे volunteers या workers या social caregivers या और जो इस वक्त are coming into the field, they think about inspiration, they look up to you. आपकी जिंदगी में what was that one inspirational moment?
Oh boy, I think it's just the love and the hugs from the lovely bachas. Oh my God, I cannot tell you. I keep getting messages every day, but I felt that I could bring smiles on their faces, and even parents. I just think so. Again, not me. Again, it's a whole team behind me. But I think it is these children who I've seen them go from 0 to 100. How, and they have a dream, they pursue it, and we make sure that they do it. So for me, I think my that's why I'm here for so many years, only because I'm seeing the impact of sports. Through sports, I really feel that there's a big transformation that takes place in the athletes. Okay, and the best part, I tell you that also all our athletes, before I forget, tell you, but let me tell you one thing. We make sure all our athletes, we give them a health screening. So we have specialized doctors for eyes, which is called opening eyes. We have for healthy hearing, special smiles, fit feet, medfest. So there's a lot of initiatives within healthy athletes where we screen them, and each of a doctor that is being who screens, they are trained by the international. So it's not a normal test going for eyes ke liye. You just go and you just do an eye test. No, they go through several stations. By the time that they're diagnosed, okay, unko ye ho raha hai. So that's what we do with all the areas of their needs of their health. So which is amazing, and all these the doctors that are involved with us, they all are free of charge. They don't charge anything, and they're very 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 committed. So like you just said about what inspired, why I'm still there is only because I'm seeing so much. The parents are happier, the children are happier. We have games every 4 years. There's an international game taking place. We are all the athletes who are being who are selected when they go on the trips and they come back. They are changed people, and then they invited to all the TV shows. So just the way they evolve is just another level, and that is a high that we all get.
Absolutely. And when we talk about all the work that has gone into it, itna sara kaam, managing teams, managing leaders, managing volunteers, the SOP marathon. I mean, I've been a part of it for the past couple of years, and I know कि kitna zyada it takes to manage an event like this. Get the endorsements from celebrities, get them on board, asking them to understand what is going on and the scope of the work. Balance. In all these years, how have you been able to balance it?
Look at you, Rabia. Look at you, mashallah. Look at you also. You are so balanced. I just think you are just, I think everybody around me are very balanced, I think. And I hope I am. But it just happens. And look at you. I'm just saying, look at you. It's just you have to be, when you see them, when you see the families, and most of these families, people come from very humble homes. So you have to put your foot on the ground and be with them. Do whatever they do. So we always there's no differentiation. I always one thing I always believe in is teamwork. I like to take decisions of everybody. So it's obviously teamwork.
In terms आपका जो फ्यूचर का विजन है, मतलब कि आपने माशाल्लाह से इतना वैसे ही अचीव कर लिया है कि बंदा सोचता है कि अब इसके आगे क्या, इतना सब
Okay, Rabia, the best part about Special Olympics is that the future of Special Olympics is all about unified sports. Everything is unified. So we have unified leadership programs. We have all our sports are now like all team sports. They are, half of them are mainstream and half are special. What our vision, our ideology is that we don't want our athletes to be bachas, athletes, students, we call them. We don't want them to be isolated. We want them to be integrated. So it's been best with you also in the international area that we are taking away the spot of an athlete, a special athlete going for the World Games. But then we talked a lot about it. I mean, I'm also on the international board, so we talked a lot about on this topic, and really we felt that yes, we don't want to be called Special Olympics Pakistan, Special Olympics by ourselves. We want people to come inside. We want people to be integrated. We want our athletes to move on to into their field also. So that's how. So now the future of Special Olympics is all about unified. So last since 2011, all our teams in basketball, football, even tennis, the partner is from mainstream and the athlete is special. So this is the future of being. So we want all our athletes to be integrated. That's the ultimate. We want people to just to accept them the way they are. And that's why the young athletes program ka ye fayda hai ki ye the training that we do is for both, for mainstream and for special kids. So the best part is that from very young age, these kids are integrating into their fun activity areas. Yeah, so we have made many playrooms where we invite the mainstream bachas age 2 to 7 to come there, where we also have our athletes there, the same age, so they play together, and when the earlier they mingle, the easier for them to integrate.
Right.
And then we also catered, before I forget, we also catered to very severely disabled, which are called the cerebral palsy, CP bachas. So that also is a very big program called Motor Activity Training Program. That is, that's again very close to my heart, where we feel that inka kya hoga? They can't even move. But our aim is to bring them from their bed, turn over, crawl, come on the chair, and inshallah one day walk. So
Absolutely.
That's
and that is such a mind blowing. so many things happening. Ronak Lakhani, for people who are watching right now, जो इस वक्त SOP का पार्ट नहीं है, जिनके बच्चे इस वक्त घरों में हैं, स्कूल नहीं जाते, they're being homeschooled, how do they get in touch with SOP?
Okay, very easy. We are on Facebook. We have all our we are on social media. But of course, I can Special Olympics Pakistan. If they Google anywhere, they can find out. Or special schools. I can also put my phone number there. I would love to talk to anybody. I'm 24 hours. My phones are on for people like them. So the best way would be to email us. और फेसबुक पे आ जाएं, फेसबुक पे नहीं है, so I would suggest that if they come to you, please give my number and I'll put them to the right person.
Always. We have been in lockdown. For some of us, it's almost now 60 days of lockdown. I know when मैंने जब आपसे पहले बात करी थी, I know you were stuck in limbo, and then you were out of city.
Yeah.
What message under lockdown and otherwise, what message would you like to give mothers and families who are watching?
Yeah. Well, where we are concerned, Special Olympics Pakistan is we have an office open every day. We are open from 1 to 4 every day on Zoom. We have weekly meetings. Weekly, the weekends we have for athletes. We have a Zoom meeting, and on Sunday we have with families. We just had one today, and our office is open. In fact, you know what, Rabia? I must say one thing. That this lockdown, we have become more productive. Everybody, all the staff all over Pakistan are on the Zoom, and we are working much better and more productive. So as soon as the lockdown is finished, we are going to be out in the fields, inshallah. Yes, I would say कि घरों में है, definitely we have been telling them be fit. We have program which is 4x4 का 4x4 के स्पेस के अंदर आप अपना फिटनेस की एक्सरसाइज करें, which we have online. We've got a lot of exercises tailor made for parents, for people, for siblings, for athletes. उनका वो फायदा उठाएं, but make the most of it. And of course जिनके बच्चे special needs के हैं, give them time. Do not, जितना time उनको दोगे, you'll be surprised that less hyper होंगे. It's I think that's a lot of families are facing this challenge at home, but we have nothing else to do. We have to no ये time ऐसा है, we have to do the best with it. So that's why we keep on motivating our athletes, our parents group, that be patient with them, and there are a lot of activities done at home. So continue to do so. Keep them fit, keep them hydrated, and whatever we can do. So we have all our coaches have come out with very nice ideas what the parents can do in their homes, makeshift जो घर में चीजें हैं, जैसे don't go buy anything, but जो घर में जो चीजें हैं उससे कैसे बच्चा can play table tennis का जो racket बना के to do some skills at home. So we have been imparting a lot of these things with the entire Special Olympics families.
That is just absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Ronak Aunty, thank you so much for your time. I know you're always available. You're so motivated. I am here for you. I am constantly inspired, and just thank you so much for your time.
But we want people like you to be involved.
I am always I'm always holding Alia's hand for the SOP marathons. It's काफी cumbersome होते हैं, but now the other kids are doing the marathon while I'm holding her hand. So thank you so much for facilitating us, so much. For inspiring us, and
thank you so
inshallah
much.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you so much. God bless you and your kids.
Thank you. And that was the phenomenal Ronak Lakhani. Wow. जो सब देख रहे थे, you know, अभी किसी ने तलत मेंशन कर रही थी कि घरों में बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही हैं क्योंकि बच्चे हैं घर पे, क्या करें, you know, कहाँ लेके जाएं, किस तरह उनके साथ हम काम करें, किस तरह उनकी एनर्जी लेवल्स आप रखें, उनके स्पिरिट्स हाई रखें. तो मुझसे किसी ने कल पूछा था कि और मुझसे बहुत बाज़ औक़ात मदर्स मुझसे पूछती रहती हैं कि राबिया आप क्या कर रही. मैंने कहा पर मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर रही. एंड दे आर लाइक नहीं, ऐसे नहीं हो सकता कि आप कुछ नहीं कर रही. मैंने कहा भाई मैं कौन हूँ, 3 बच्चे हैं, मुझे पागल कर देते हैं, पूरा दिन उनके पीछे चीजें उठाओ, उनका खाना बनाओ, खाना खिलाओ. तो इट्स हर किसी की प्लेट उतनी ही फुल है, इफ नॉट ज्यादा फुल. मेरे से ज्यादा किसी और की ओवरफ्लो हो के प्लेट बाहर गिर रही होगी. तो सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हम अपने आप पे भी तवज्जो दें. हम अपने जहन का ख्याल रखें. हम उसको उतना ही नर्चर करें जितना हम इस पौधे के अंदर जिस तरह पानी डालते हैं कि इसके जो पत्ते हैं वो हरे रहें, और हरा भरा पौधा देख के हमें कितनी खुशी होती है. तो कोशिश करें कि अपने आप में भी उतना ही पानी दें, अपने आप को वक्त दें, और सोचें कि ठीक है बच्चे हैं, मेस बना रहे हैं, चीखम चिल्ली चल रही है, आप भी चीख रहे हैं, कोई बात नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हो रहा. और जो लोग इस वक्त अपने घरों में नहीं हैं, अपनी फैमिलीज के साथ नहीं हैं, there are so many platforms. अब शिफाम ने आज मदर्स के लिए फ्री वन सर्विस, फ्री वन सिटिंग उन्होंने दी है. देयर बहुत सारे हेल्थ केयर गिवर्स हैं जो मुफ्त आपको थेरेपी सेशंस देने के लिए वो रेडी हैं, बिकॉज उनको पता है कि इस वक्त मेंटल हेल्थ बहुत ज़्यादा कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है. सो अगर आज आप देख रहे हैं, अभी देख रहे हैं, इफ्तारी के बाद देख रहे हैं, you're watching it later on in the night, and if you haven't taken out 5 minutes अपनी ज़ात के लिए, अपने आप के लिए, do that. Whether it means अपने आप को बाथरूम में लॉक करके बस बैठना, डीप ब्रीदिंग करना जैसे डॉक्टर पेट्रीस ने हमें सिखाया था, या अगर इट मीन्स कि अपनी आंखें बंद करके 10 सेकंड के लिए सिर्फ काउंट करना, क्योंकि वो हमारे नर्व्स को थोड़ा सा काम करेगा. तो इतनी सारी चीजें हैं. लेट्स थिंक अबाउट दिस, क्योंकि थोड़े ही दिनों बाद ये लॉकडाउन खत्म हो जाएगा. और जैसे कि रौनक आंटी कह रही थी कि जैसे ही लॉकडाउन खत्म होगा सारे बच्चे फील्ड्स में होंगे, सब everybody will go back to the grind, सब वो ही रैट रेस में होंगे, सब अपने काम कर रहे होंगे. तो इसको इवन दो इतने स्ट्रेसेस हैं, बहुत ज्यादा फाइनेंशियल डिस्ट्रेस है, लेट्स टेक इट one day at a time, let's think about things. And आज अगर 10 मई जो है मदर्स डे दिया हुआ है और आपके साथ सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए कोई नहीं है, it is okay because we are here. Everybody is celebrating it with each other. अगर आपके बच्चों ने आपको नहीं विश करा तो मत फील करें, don't feel bad because we don't know कि उनके क्या स्ट्रेसेस इस वक्त वो किस स्ट्रेस से गुजर रहे हैं. अगर आपके हस्बैंड्स ने, जैसे कि मेरे हस्बैंड पिछले 1 हफ्ते से कह रहे हैं कि वो बहुत अमेजिंग चीजें करने वाले हैं मदर्स डे के साथ, मैंने कहा ठीक है, if it does happen I'll be really happy, but if it doesn't happen 2-3 ताने मारूंगी and life will go on. So take care of yourself, be inspired. We had such a passionate speaker today, so passionate about her work. Be passionate for yourself, for your work. Look after yourself, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock because कल हम एक बहुत important discussion कर रहे हैं. We are talking about obesity in children. Why, how, and what to do to solve that. So join me tomorrow 1 o'clock and अपना ख्याल रखिए और अपनी नींद पूरी कीजिए. खुदा हाफिज.